we haven't actually talked about Noah and Jun leaving and going to Giant X yet, and Upset and Mikyx coming into Fnatic. Personally, I'm still not. I mean, I think it is an upgrade for Fnatic, obviously, but I'm not sure it actually is going to put Fnatic over the top when it comes to G2. I guess if Skewmond, the new G2 jungler, is absolutely atrocious, maybe that does it. But I'm not sure you can fix the fundamental problems with Oscar's inconsistency or Humanoid's fucking entire apathy towards the game League of Legends.
Yeah, but here's all I'm thinking of. There's two angles. One, I actually think Upset is going to be a fucking really good bot lane with Mikyx. I think the two of them actually, if you don't know, they've been trying to get Upset in a G2 for 5 years or something. Like, they've wanted to play together. I think they actually both respect each other. So one, that should potentially be good. And then the other angle that people are missing is this part. Is, bro, I actually think Mikyx and Razok could be a straight fire fucking combo of jungler support. Like, imagine what they could do on the map. I think it actually could be like some of the macro element that Razok missing. So I'm pretty excited for this roster. I think it's pretty good. I'm not a big fan of obviously keeping Humanoid and Razok for the 1 billionth season, but whatever. I've accepted that's just what Fnatic's just doomed themselves to at this point in time. So the rest of the players, it's not a bad lineup. I actually think this has a chance. And as you say, G2's gambled. It's not like they kept the same roster. No one knows how their roster will work out.
G2 has been mostly on point with integrating new players into the roster, though. I mean, their coaches are very good and can limit, a rookie player's role like they did with Yike when he first got into the roster as well. And Labrov is a known quantity that I think is going to be very strong. Yeah, I mean, those are probably the most interesting ones, like Yike to Carmine Corp. A lot of new players, or I guess the Giant X roster might be interesting because you wanted to see some talent around Jackie's, who seemed, pretty promising as a mid laner. So they got Closer as his jungler now, Noah and Jun. And I do think it's fair to say that Noah had a pretty solid season. It's just when Noah plays badly, he plays super badly and throws the game. And Jun is really quite a good support player.
I mean,
I don't think Giant X could be worse.
For this level, it's fine. It's fine for this level. My bigger issue is, I think Jun got a little bit overrated. I think it's the downside of support. I think it's hard for people to see what they're doing in the game. But for the level that they're at, that's an appropriate signing. That's fine. As long as they're not on a contender, it's all good. And also, if people don't know, Giant X is the team that supposedly Gyoto's going to coach or whatever. So that'd be an interesting approach if so.
And Gyoto wasn't good on the TL super team because I think that's really not his style. Gyoto's been really good about training up and coming players and getting the most out of low budget rosters. I think he's good at min-maxing.
Even on that front, two things about that TL super team. One, no one could know Bjergsen would play the way he played, bro. Everyone thought he was going to come back and be the NA GOAT and be awesome. Like that, I always say this, he never got Bjergsen, mate. He got some fucked up tribute band to Bjergsen. He got Bjergsen, that's the way he didn't get Bjergsen, In the same way as instead, like in Europe, you'll say, hey, the Rolling Pebbles. It's like a tribute band, man. Look, the guy's got big lips and everything. Yeah, but he's not fucking Mick Jagger, is he? So one, he never got Bjergsen. So that's a big problem. So even his super team was a Fugazi super team.
Sure.
And then secondly, as he said in my interview with him, bro, this is actually quite shocking, but sadly, because no one gives a flying fuck about my content on Reddit, you'll never see this info on Reddit, so no one will ever know. This is mad, Monty. He actually said that in the first split of the TL super team, they took draft away from him, bro. Because they made him tank the aggro for all the drafts, even after they took it away from him, by the way. They just he didn't get to draft the fucking champions anymore. Well, the problem with that is you're then at the end we're all going to judge him for failing with that team. It's he wasn't even picking the fucking characters. That's the job of the coach, surely. So I think that one was sad because I think aside from that, he's actually a fabulous coach. I think he's actually, if you ever listen to my interview with him, his problem is he had a lot of weird ideas an anime and he just zigged when he should have zagged about 50 times. He could have been in Fnatic 2 times or something, Monty. He chose not to go to Origin and fucking Immortal. So because he did, by the way, he did his own version of what we talked about at the beginning with LCK and LPL. He just did that thing where you sign too quickly or you don't want to the uncertainty of knowing you're in the mix, but you might not get the gig. And so he signed his deals, whereas he could already have coached a top team. So I'm actually quite excited to see him come back to LEC. He actually also had a straight fire angle in my interview, which he said the whole reason he's doing it is because now that he has a son, he wants to actually win LEC to show his son he was a great coach or something, which is kind of a cool angle. If you're all going to fucking glaze contracts because he goes I cried once and I hit a Lee Sin Q. Well, then fucking get it on that. This guy had an actual human. He brought life into this world and then turned around and went, I must show this life what greatness is possible. And then now he's doing some great man shit. I think that's ball. That's a great angle. I'm gonna be a fan, even though he's got Nora on his team, who I despise.
Um, but I mean, Noah didn't have, I think, a bad year overall. It's just like I said,
No,
the glaring games.
People remember, yeah, people.
Yeah,
just
the
remember
glaring
bad
games were just bad. But on average, I didn't think he was terrible. So with that said, guys, I don't think there are any other roster rumors that we have to discuss, and we do have to go over the entire history of the .A Awards, which we must start.
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, you know, be a pleb and don't.